Richard Kaywood, Bob Cow,
I am here and participating remotely from the municipal building in downtown Roanoke.
Granger McFarland, Brian Townsend, Robert Ledger, James Telefero,
I am here participating remotely from Salem City Hall.
Melinda Payne,
I am here participating remotely from Salem City Hall.
Ben Tripp, Pete Peters,
Good morning. I am here and I'm participating remotely from the Town of Benton Municipal Building.
Mayor Bradley Gross, Sabrina McCarthy. We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Mr. Cow, would you want to go on with your number 3?
I will do that. So if next item on the agenda is action on the June 19th participation committee minutes. Those are on pages 3 through 5 of the packet, and we'll entertain any revisions or changes to that or a motion for approval.
Move to approve. This is Dan.
Second, this is Jay.
Thank you. And Virginia, do we need a roll call vote for that? I guess since we're all remote. Thank you.
Bob Cow,
Yes.
James Telefero,
Yes.
Dan O'Donnell,
Yes.
motion passes.
Thank you. The chair would, of the Regional Industrial Facilities Authority would seek a motion for the approval of the consent agenda items on number 3.
So move. This is Dan.
Thank you, Dan. That would be the board minutes and the financial reports. Thank you, Dan. Is there a second?
This is Bob. I'll second.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll go ahead and proceed to vote. Virginia, can you call the roll?
Yes, Gary LaRue,
Yes.
Michael Burnett,
Yes.
Dan O'Donnell,
Yes.
Jill Luke,
Yes.
Bob Cow,
Yes.
James Telefero,
Yes.
Melinda Payne,
Yes.
Pete Peters,
Yes.
motion passes.
Thank you very much. Mr. Cal, back to you.
Thank you. So the next item on the agenda is the public comment period. This allows an opportunity for citizens to sign up and speak on any of the items either on our agenda or not on our agenda. And Virginia, has anyone signed up for that?
No,
Thank you. Then there are none, and we will close that public comment period. And back to you, Gary.
Okay, and we will end up doing the same thing. Is there anyone with the public that would like to make a comment?
nobody had signed up.
Okay, and Virginia has indicated that no one has signed up, so we will end up closing that public comment period and move on to the next item. Back to Bob.
Yeah, Gary, do you want to go ahead and do the election of the secretary treasurer, and then we can, I guess, jointly do the other?
We could absolutely do that. One that I might want to throw in there also, because I just heard the comments of our council, is that we may want to elect a new council because of these comments about the chair's inability to have a camera. So
No, I'm going to second. I'll second the council's opinion on that.
I will not call for the vote. Okay, I am not. Just let the record show that I am not calling for the vote on that. Okay, so we do have a position of a secretary treasurer, and would end up seeking nominations for that. With Barry's departure and enjoying himself, we would end up having that slot open. Are there any nominations?
Better question, Gary, will be who wants to actually be willing to do it.
Chris Whitlow isn't here.
Perfect. Perfect.
That sounds like a motion.
Did I hear that as a motion?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Absolutely.
motion
Second.
has been made. Is there a second?
Oh, absolutely. Second.
Okay, thank you, Dan. Okay, any further discussion? I doubt it, but okay. I hear the train coming. So Virginia, will you call the roll?
Gary LaRue,
Absolutely.
Michael Burnett,
Yes.
Dan O'Donnell,
Yes.
Jill Loop,
Yes.
Bob Cow,
Yes, with our apologies.
Not really.
James Delifero,
Yes, with absolutely no apologies.
Melinda Payne,
Yes.
Pete Peters,
Yes, and it just reinforces my knowledge that I must attend these meetings.
Absolutely.
You were next in line, Pete. Okay.
motion passes.
Okay, it sounds like it. We have a new secretary treasurer. Virginia, could you notify him that he is the secretary and treasurer? And we will all do that as well, but officially, if you would end up making sure that he is aware, we would appreciate that. Okay, so back to item 6 on our agenda and item 5 on yours, I think, Bob, is that right?
Yep.
We would
Yep.
we
So-
would jointly hear that if that's correct. Is that right?
Consideration of the contract for the grading project, and I think, John, you're gonna do that item.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, we received 10 bids on the project. Excuse me a little bit. We did receive 10 bids on the project. Bowman was the low bidder at one point. Bowman Excavating at 1.178 million, 1,178,750. Project had been estimated at 1.4 million, and we anticipated bids upwards of $1.7 million. So the contract has been negotiated and reviewed. It's included in your packet. I request authorization to enter into contract with Bowman Excavating.
So moved. Dan?
This is on the participation committee side. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. And just as a reminder, as we vote on the participation committee side, it requires unanimous approval to forward on to the full board. So Virginia, if you would call roll.
Bob Cow,
Yes.
James Delifero,
Yes.
Dan O'Donnell,
Yes.
motion passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Okay, I would suspect that we need to do the same thing as the full committee. Is that what the process would end up being?
Yes.
Can you hold on just one second, please? I'm sorry, I had to close my door. Had
They
a bunch of
storming the building over there?
Yeah, exactly.
The Bastille Day or something?
Hey, there's all kinds of, we're getting shot from the outside and the inside. So I guess what we need to do is to award that a contract as well from the full committee. So is there a motion to that effect?
Dan, I'll move it.
Motion has been made by Dan. Is there a second?
Second, this is Jay.
Thank you, Jay. Any further discussion?
Gary, I just had one question for John. I just wanted to make sure that I understand. So the Balzer and Associates, for their administration and testing and inspection, that's a part of this contract as well?
I think that's next on the agenda, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken. Yeah.
So it'll be but it's part of that same project then?
It is. It's for this project. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
Just for the record, we all know that Bob's always ahead. So
No, that just means I wasn't paying attention.
we'd rather say that you were ahead. Okay, so motion has been made and seconded, and we've had discussion. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. Virginia, will you call the roll?
Katie Ludo,
Yes.
Michael Burnett,
Yes.
Dan O'Donnell,
Yes.
Jill Loop,
Yes.
Bob Cow,
Yes.
James Delifero,
Yes.
Melinda Payne,
Yes.
Pete Peters.
Yes.
Motion passes anonymously.
Thank you. Sounds like the contract's been awarded.
Now we go to the item of the consideration of inspections, testing, and coordination services for the grading contract. John?
Thank you. It was, the proposal is in your packet. This is part of the master contract that was ratified just a little over a year ago with Balzer and Associates. Balzer quoted $10,000 for reviewing pay apps and miscellaneous coordination on the project, and quoted $17,800 for inspections related to the earth moving and so forth. So again, I request recommendation of the participation committee and ultimately authorization to enter into contract for this portion of the grading clearing project.
John, I had one question, I guess, regarding the services that Balzer will be providing. So under the testing and inspections piece, I know obviously that's predominantly focused, as it notes on there, kind of the compaction stuff, but does that include the inspection of the erosion control practices on site, or how are those, is that something that falls on the contractor's responsibility to ensure compliance with that piece? And, or is that something Balzer plays a role in as well?
Chris, you're on the line, aren't you, Chris Burns with Balzer?
Yeah. Yep, I'm here.
Hi.
Yeah, to answer that question, the maintenance and inspections of the erosion control measures primarily falls on the contractor. That's one of their responsibilities in following the VSMP permit on site. And that's been clearly indicated as part of the bidding process that they're responsible for that. We're certainly here as a resource to, help the authority out in any way that we need to in terms of pay apps for those items or interpreting inspection reports from the county or anything like that. But the primary responsibility for that's going to be the contractor.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, just obviously with this being such a large grading project for such an extended period of time, maintenance of those are going to be pretty critical along through the project. So thank you. Are there any other questions on this item? Otherwise, we'll be looking for a motion for approval.
So moved.
Second, this is Dan.
Thank you. So we have motion approval. And again, just a reminder, it has to be voted on unanimously to go to the full board. So Virginia, would you call roll, please?
Bob Cow,
Yes.
James Telefera,
Yes.
Dan O'Donnell.
Yes.
Motion passes anonymously.
Thank you.
This is Dan. I just have one question. When does the actual work begin?
That will be beginning in next month.
Beginning in September? I just want to get the community, you know how it goes, John.
Yeah, we'll put it out there.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, so the full authority would end up considering that same contract with Balzer as recommended by the participation committee. Is there a motion to that effect?
So moved, Dan.
Thank you, Dan. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Jay. Any discussion, any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll go ahead and proceed to vote. Virginia?
Katie Little,
Yes.
Michael Burnett,
Yes.
Dan O'Donnell,
Yes.
Jill Loop,
Yes.
Bob Cow,
Yes.
James Telefera,
Yes.
Melinda Payne,
Yes.
Pete Peters.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Bob.
Thank you. Next item looks like it is the update on the sign and landscaping project. John?
Thank you, Bob. So we did work with local economic developers and Balzer and Associates to review these design build kind of proposals from 3 different sign offerers. And again, each of the localities, the 3 that are in the participation committee, we work with Jill and Melinda and Rob to kind of review and look these over and kind of bring some suggestions back to the preferred offerer. This is a design build project, and so we're looking, to award the design and the construction. So Vertex Signs is the preferred offer at this point with design build for $13,000. Design is on your screen. That's a kind of a stone base, metal face of the sign with push through acrylic letters that are lit internally. So that $13,000 does not include utility work. So there will be a charge from Appalachian Power to establish service and likely an electrical contractor as well to get the meter base in. I anticipate to be a smaller amount. We can handle that entirely through the small purchase policy. I would say somewhere between 5,000 to 8,000, maybe even less than that. And this in itself could also be a small purchase policy, but I brought the sign to you as a prominent design feature, in the park. It seemed appropriate. The landscaping will be moving ahead in September once the road is September or October once the road is complete. And that's a rough design. We've shown that to you before. It's got some visual buffering of the church. Nice installation there along the road and at the entrance. So that will be moving ahead, and the sign can go in conjunction with that if we're able to. If you will agree to move it.
Are there any questions of John? John, is there any action needed by us on this item?
No, not as long as the chair of the authority will approve moving ahead. We can do that under small.
Okay. So any questions from the participation committee members? Seeing none, then I'll turn it back over to Gary.
Okay. Hey, thank you.
Can I ask one more question of John, just on the whole grading thing?
Yeah.
What is the process to do community notification once we start moving dirt? Well, you know what happens.
Yeah, I know, Dan. We can do another mailing.
Yes, he's acutely aware.
Yeah.
I know he is, but I'm going to have to tell a certain board I work for, what's the process to notify people before we start moving acres of dirt?
Yeah, well, the hotline hasn't been ringing of late, but it will again, I'm sure. And so, we can do another mailing, if, Dan, if that would
That'd be great.
Yeah, do another mailing and put it on the Facebook page as well.
Wonderful, thank you.
Yeah, certainly, yeah.
Okay, so any other comments from the full authority about the sign and landscaping project update that John gave? If not, then we can either approve this. I can just approve it as John had said, or either we can end up having a vote on it. It's since we're all here, why not just go ahead and running it through with a motion if someone cares to do so.
I'll move it, Dan.
Thank you, Dan. Second. Do you have a
Second,
second?
Jay.
Jay, thank you very much. Any further discussion? The only thing that I would say under that is, John, does that guy come with the sign?
No, he won't be there. I could stand there for a photo if you want.
I thought that was
capture
you. Actually, I wasn't sure. Okay.
That might be a good job for me.
I think I have a full-size cardboard cutout of a former Board of Supervisor member here.
Okay.
Oh, great idea.
Could we include a potted plant there? Anyway, I jest. Okay, so no further discussion or disruptive discussion. We'll go ahead and vote. Virginia?
Gary LaRue,
Yes.
Michael Burnett,
Yes.
Dan O'Donnell,
Yes.
Jill Loop,
Yes.
Bob Cow,
Yes.
James Delifero,
Yes.
Melinda Payne,
Yes.
Pete Peters,
Yes.
motion passes.
Thank you very much. I think it out, John, just as a question, and it's showing ignorance here. So everyone, please bear with me. Is what about?
That's nothing new.
I was expecting that, Beth. I was completely expecting. I was setting myself up for that.
You did. You did.
What about web addresses and things of that sort? Do you have, are those secured or anything for the future? And just curious for the park itself, and maybe that's part of the marketing aspect as well. I know you've got your Facebook deal, but I was just curious.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. We have not, to my knowledge, secured the web addresses for the name of the park, or anything of that sort. I mean, I don't know that we ever thought of the park name as a brand itself, a proper brand, but we can explore locking those down. I mean, even if we elect to never build a website, at least we'll have them. We can.
That's actually part of the point as well, is that.
Yeah.
It is locking down something if there is an availability, so that you could end up doing something if you wanted to in the future, and it would be appropriate probably for the marketing to, just something to think about. It'd be cheap to do and protective.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to Bob. Other project updates?
Sorry, I had it muted because they were doing construction outside my office. So sorry. That the next item is consideration of plat dedicating portions of site into and of the public rights of way for utilities. John?
Yeah. In fact, so I'm going to turn this over to Chris Burns in a second, but it's tell you basically what essentially what this plat does is it dedicates road and utility routes into the public rights of way. Vacates internal lot lines. So this plat, really the reason we're doing this now is it's required for our substantial completion on the project EC phase completed. So that's essentially why we're looking at that today. And I can if approved, I intend to swing up the balls and sign this thing this afternoon. Chris, do you have anything to add on that?
Yeah, so just to kind of add on to what you said, John, this will combine all of the parcels that are owned by the authority, which includes the Bauer parcel, which is one reason why we waited before doing this. And so that'll all be one parcel. It dedicates the right-of-way for the new road, dedicates the right-of-way along Woodhaven for the new turn lanes, and dedicates easements for water, sewer, stormwater management, all the easements that we need for the site development up to this point, to include the grading project. And as John said, it also allows the water authority to give us substantial completion on the water and sewer lines and ultimately take those over. So be happy to answer any questions that you all have.
Chris, what's the acreage of the land there once this is dedicated that the authority owns?
Yeah, so taking out the right-of-way that we're dedicating, the parcel that's left will be 94.068 acres.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions from the participation committee? If not, John, do you need anything from us, or is this just something for the full board?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, I guess, recommending it to the board, and then the board can take action, then I'll execute it this afternoon.
Okay. Does anyone have a motion for recommending approval for this?
So moved. Dan?
Second.
Thank you. Virginia, would you call roll, please?
Bob Cow,
Yes.
James Delafield,
Yes.
Dan O'Donnell,
Yes.
motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Virginia. So on the project updates, John, I guess we end up needing to have a motion to move forward with this as well.
Yeah, that was on the amended. There was an amended agenda, Gary, that had this on it.
Right.
I believe. Yeah. Right.
So that would be, let's point that out, that was the amended agenda. and that we would end up moving forward. And the chair would entertain a motion to that effect.
This is Bob. I move approval.
Motion's been made. Who's second?
Second, Jay.
Thanks, Jay. Okay, any further discussion? If not, we'll go ahead and vote. Virginia, will you call the roll, please?
Gary Little,
Yes.
Michael Burnett,
Yes.
Dan O'Donnell,
Yes.
Jill Luke,
Yes.
Bob Cow,
Yes.
James Delifero,
Yes.
Melinda Payne,
Yes.
Pete Peters.
Yes.
Motion passes anonymously.
Thank you very much, Virginia. Okay, back to you, Bob.
Thank you. Next item is if there are any other project updates. John, do you have any other updates?
Yeah, I wanted to share with the group that road construction's moving along. Contractor reports will be paving essentially, I think, beginning next week. So landscaping and sign will happen this fall, as we discussed, and clearing is going to start as well. And of course, we will do the neighborhood notification as well. With the recordation of the PLAT that should occur next week, utility project should get substantial completion from the Water Authority, and then final. What you see here on this slide is scenes from our walkthrough with the Water Authority. Aaron Shearer reports that the install is good; it's in good shape. We also have pictures here of the installation of GeoGrid and stone onto the road. I actually drove by yesterday, and curb and gutter is in. And again, I think asphalt, it comes down, starts coming down next, it starts installation next week. So things are moving along.
Very good.
Fabulous to hear that. Is there anything else for the full group, John? Anything outside of this part or anything?
I do have one item for other business. So there is a nutrient credit required for the grading and clearing project. We did receive bids under the small purchase policy, and we did advertise it on the website as well. Chris Burns solicited bids from, I think, 4 different offers for nutrient credits. The low offer was $38,789 for 4.91 phosphorus credits. That's $7,900 per credit. That's from the Horsepen Nutrient Bank. I just request authorization to purchase those credits that will allow us to get the grading clearing project under, permitted and ready to go.
That's actually a pretty decent price on the per pound basis, I would guess. Is that accurate to say?
Chris can comment more fully, but I believe Chris has a good experience with this particular group. Is that correct, Chris?
Yeah, that's accurate, Gary. We like John said, we solicited several prices, but that's a pretty good price. Yes. Yeah,
we were pushing $10,000 a pound on some that we purchased for the recent Colonial School. So yeah, that's good pricing. Is there a motion to go ahead and secure those nutrient credits?
So moved. This is Jay.
Motion's been made by Jay. Second.
Second, Dan.
Okay, we've got a second. Was that Bob? Dan. Sorry, I couldn't hear there. So we've got a motion and a second to go ahead and purchase the nutrient credits for this Woodhaven project, subject to the availability of funds, which I'm sure that they are there. So is there any other discussion associated? Okay, if not, let's go ahead and vote. Virginia?
Gary Little.
Yes.
Burnett,
Yes.
Dan O'Donnell,
Yes.
Jill Luke,
Yes.
Bob Cow,
Yes.
Jay Telefero,
Yes.
Melinda Payne,
Yes.
Pete Peters.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, thank you very much.
And
Now,
Thank you, Bob.
I wanted to offer one more update, if that's okay. So, subject, as you kind of referenced the availability of funds. I just wanted to kind of update the group. So in terms of funding availability, so bond proceeds in hand, we have just a little over 2.9 million in hand in the LGIP account, some other miscellaneous funds, small amounts of funds in the operating accounts. And we expect to get business ready site program funding of $135,000 once we're completed with our phase 2 grading plans and once the clearing is complete. So we have cash assets of a little over 3.1 million. With the very good price we got on clearing and grading, which we had been anticipating upwards of 1.7 million. The authority, once everything's said and done, that includes demolition of the Bauer residence, clearing and grading, the remainder of the paving project. There should be in excess of 1.1 million, left. So once that work, we had anticipated, this project a good deal more. So did just want to kind of share that with you to show you where we are in regard to our operating funds. So
Excellent, John. Is there any way we could spend some CARE dollars on this, CARES dollars? So can we make the environment safer for local citizens or some way, Bob? What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, I've been as creative as I can possibly legally be with those dollars already. So
Me too.
I think we all have. Okay, so anything else, John?
no, that's it for me. Thank you all.
on the participation committee meeting, then I would call for adjournment.
So moved.
Thank you.
And for the full authority, I would call for an adjournment.
Move again.
Okay, thank you, Dan. All those in favor, hit the leave button. So,
Thank you all. Thank you,
thank
John.
you.
Work
Have a
on
great
it.
day.
Work, John. Thank you.
Weekend.
Thank
Have
you.
a good day.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye, everyone.